Yo, what's good, boys? In this video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. You guys know that I like trying new things, but you also know that I'm one, terrible at talking, and two, well, I'm not terrible at making beats, but I mean, let's just say I've got room for improvement. Combining the two today, and basically we're going to be making a beat, and I'm going to be talking to you guys while I make it. Not particularly about the beat, it's not a tutorial or anything. It's just going to be me talking about something. I'm basically going to try and do a new style of video. Not all my videos are going to be like this, but this is just something I'm going to try today and see how it goes, you know. So yeah, and I'm back in FL20, not permanently. I'm still, you know what I mean, I'm deciding, but today for this video I'm going to be using FL20 just because a lot of people have been wanting me to use it again, so we're going to give them what they want. But this also leads on to the topic of today's video, which is going to be, what is the best version of FL Studio? That'll be today's producer chat, I guess. What is the best version of FL Studio? For me, I'm not going to reveal it right now because after this video you will know. So yeah, but let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about it in the comments. This is a new plugin I got the other day. Yeah, like I said, it's called Arcade. But basically, yeah, we're going to be making a beat with this today. It's a new plugin. I've never used it before. You can scale lock it, and it's like all this like realistic and weird sounds. There's like vocals, there's guitars, key, basically anything you can think of. And I'm really excited to use it because a lot of people have recommended it to me. So we're gonna give it a go. That's the two notes I like from that. So yeah, what's the best version of FL Studio? So there's, to understand what FL Studio is, first of all we need to talk about what is a DAW. And a DAW stands for a digital audio workspace, which is essentially where you make beats. You could use Ableton, Logic Pro. You could also use free ones like GarageBand, like other shitty ones like that. There's loads. And obviously one of the main ones is FL Studio. So yeah, FL Studio is one of many DAWs that you can get. Obviously that's the one that I use, and it's very popular with a lot of other creators as well, such as Metro Boomin, Southside, Murder Beats, Wheezy. It's probably one of the most popular, if not the most popular one you can get. So there's been many versions of it over the years. It's been around for over 10 years. It's probably been around for 20 years. I don't really know. I don't know my FL Studio history that well. But it's a very old DAW, put it that way, and it's had many versions. We're currently on FL Studio 20. There's not been 20 versions. I believe there's only been up to, well, they did 1 to 10, then they did 11 and 12, and then 20. So there's 13 different versions of it, stemming all the way back to probably the 90s, for all I know. I don't actually know, but I would be interested to know. The current version, like I said, is FL20. I believe it's FL20.4 or something. I don't really know. So yeah, right now we're using FL Studio 20, we can check the exact version. 20.5. So that is the most recent version. Let me just save this beat real quick. But one of the most popular versions is FL Studio 11. I personally have used FL Studio 11, I've used 12, and I've used 20. I haven't used earlier ones than that. I don't believe many people have really. A lot of people still use the old ones despite the new ones. And obviously there's a reason for that. One of the main reasons is obviously, like, what's the point in switching? They're just as good. This is what people say anyway, like they're already sourced up in that. Why change? You know, there's no need to fix something that isn't broken, that type of thing. If you're a new producer, then you wouldn't have been acquainted with these older DAWs. These older versions of FL Studio, at least. So that's why I believe a lot of people do prefer FL Studio 20, because it's the one they've just used the first and they just like that one most. People that I know that have actually used both, like I said, fellow content creators. So let's render out that one loop there, and then we can add to it in our own way. So yeah, I spoke to a couple fellow YouTube producers that I know: Kyle Beats, Simon Savida, another vegan, Jackson Romaine, who's just recently switched over to FL Studio from Ableton, which I found really interesting actually. And he actually switched over to FL Studio 11. Asked him why, and I'll put his response on screen now. I can't read it right now, but I'll probably put a little text by it, just showing you guys. I feel like FL Studio 11 is very goated, you know. It's sort of like a classic, you know. You can't really go wrong with it. Like, people say that it's easier to navigate in FL Studio 20. I believe they're just as easy. They're both the same, really. They're just as easy to navigate through both of them. We're just going to call that a flute. That's probably not a flute either, but fuck it. So we've got ourselves a trumpet and a flute. What if we put half speed on both of those? That might sound good. This is some chill fucking vibes. Let's put both half speed on both of these. Maybe this one shouldn't be half time. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, back on subject. Where was I? I was talking about FL Studio 11. Yeah, like, I don't know what it is. Everyone always says, like, drums just hit differently in FL Studio 11. And I actually agree with that. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't actually know if there's anything that actually does make your drums hit differently. My drums are slapping right now. Like, when you go between, like I did, when you go between, like, for example, I'll just talk about me. I started with 12, then I went to 11, and then I went to 20. So I've done it in a really stupid order, and I can safely say that 12 is out of the running straight up. Like, that is just a terrible DAW. I don't like the look of it. I don't like the sound of anything in it. It just sounds different. It looks crap. Basically, it's like a crap version of FL Studio 20. They really impressed me when they came out with 20. I can't lie. But like I said, yeah, I don't like 12 at all. So let's talk about some things I prefer about FL Studio 20, because let's just establish that the large majority of people that use FL Studio, at least the people who watch me, prefer FL Studio 20. Let's just say that, because a lot of the producers that I asked also, such as Simon Savida, Kyle Beats, they all prefer the most recent one, and I believe they all use the most recent one. So there's nothing wrong with 20 at all, really. Compared to 11. Let's just establish that. So what do I actually prefer about FL Studio 20? I really like how you have the numbers alongside each of the instruments in the channel rack. It really is a pain in the ass on 11 having to click and then put each one into its own thing. Obviously you can do the quick way where you just do that and then put it into the mixer, but I really like how there's numbers here. It just speeds up the workflow a bit. It looks clean, it runs 60 frames perfectly, it's a very smooth, like, it's just a well-made program really, which is what you kind of expect when you have a DAW. It works, you know, it's good, and that makes it good, it works. Here's another thing that I really like about it. You can do stuff like this. So if I just mute this, I can change, well, not with these, but in here you can change the key of multiple things at the same time. You can't do that in 11. So you get this little drop down menu. You can do a bunch of stuff in here now, which you couldn't do in 11. They basically added, I feel like the definition of 20 is that they have taken what people liked about 11, which massive props to ImageLine. They've definitely listened to their community. They're very self-aware of what people who use FS Studio want. Let's change this pitch real quick. So A sharp, let's go up to C. They've taken all the good things in 11 and they've added to it, and they've enhanced it, and they've basically polished it, and they've made it into a well-made software, which I think is really good. But still, there's just something about FS Studio 11 which is just, you just don't get it in 20. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it. It's probably just nostalgia, but something to do with the way FS Studio 11 is. Like, it's not perfect by any means. FS Studio 11 is far from perfect. It's actually kind of the opposite of perfect. It's got very obvious flaws, but just something about it. I don't know what it is, but it just makes you want to use it, you know? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I felt. I mean, why else would I want to use FS Studio 11? You know, I've got 20. I've got the latest version. There's nothing wrong with it. Why would I want to switch? You know, I don't know. A lot of you guys will obviously have FS Studio 20. If you own a licensed FS Studio, you can access any version up to FS Studio 10, legit. So I recommend, before you cast judgment on people that still use 11, if you're using 20 and you've never used 11, just go download it, try it, and I think you'll be surprised, because yeah, it's genuinely a really good DAW. For example, this effect right here, boost, that is actually derived from the FS Studio 11 legacy effects, because people were so desperate to get that back. Like, for example, 12 didn't have it, and people were so desperate to get that back that they added it back, that's from FS Studio 11 right there. They definitely improved the mixer, not the mixer, the channel rack here. This definitely reminds me of 11 as well. The fuck was that? Let's use the say 808. Let's make this melody sound a bit better. I don't really know what my final verdict is for which version is best. It's hard to say, really. The easy answer is there isn't a best version. It's just whatever version works for you, really. It's kind of like saying, what is the best colour? You know, it's whatever colour you like, it doesn't matter. And that is basically true. So this is kind of like a pointless argument. Join that up. So, some things I don't like about FS Studio 20. I don't like how you can't customize it in any way. Virtually the only thing you can do is change the color in here, like I have. Change the color of like the playlist, and that's pretty much it. There's literally no customization. I can kind of see why they've done that. They want to preserve the look of their DAW, you know, I mean. But at the end of the day, you're paying to use it. You've paid to use it. You've got your license. So, I mean, I feel like you should be able to change it and make it look a bit nicer, you know, because it's not the best looking, is it? It's pretty ugly. But if I show you my FS Studio 11, obviously I've got a custom skin on it, and look at that. I mean, it just looks amazing. It's like, wow. You know, the green, the black, it's all black, you know what I mean? You've got the green there. It's a nice looking DAW. It makes me want to use it. Don't get me wrong, 20, it looks okay, but I just wish they had added customization to it. It's not the biggest, it doesn't affect the music, but it's just, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much the beat. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope the style of video wasn't too boring. I hope you guys still enjoyed what I had to say, and also enjoyed watching me make this beat. If you guys want to get the kits that I used for this video, my free drum kit, the go-to drum kit, is on my kit store, as well as the new MIDI kit which I used. I'm definitely going to be using Arcade some more. That plugin's really cool. It's got a lot of possibilities. Opens up a whole bunch of new doors for me in terms of my production, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, if you guys want to see me do some more videos in FL Studio 20, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.